I know you thought I was lying. No, you thought I was lying. My God. I'm never lying. Toriko. But this isn't a Toriko video, though. What video is this? Brandino Wolfensteino. Shingeki no Kyojin. Yeah, I'm gonna do this for the whole video. That's how hype I am. Shingeki no Kyojin. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to do my movements because my arms are gonna be up. You gonna be like, yo, how buff is this guy? Because he held his arms up throughout the entire. Shit, Toriko's too hype, but Shingeki no Kyojin. Scratch my ear right here. So, I finally caught up in Shingeki. And basically, like, where I left off was where the anime left off, which was, you know, Mikasa bossing it up. Minna. Cut old girl down. She was ready. She knew that female Titan, because I'm blanking on my girl name, Annie. She knew that Annie she needed to get cut down, and Mikasa ain't the type to be letting shit fly. The beast does not let shit fly. Mikasa. So, I'm just going to be skimming through chapters as I've read them, because I'm just going through. So, this is a recap for me. This is also a recap for anybody who hasn't been reading it. If you watch the anime, this is basically from the end of where the anime stopped all the way to the recent chapters. So, basically, they escape, because I'm just going to be doing spark notes of this. They escape, and Annie's trying to get out of the walls. I forget if I don't think they're in Mari. I think they're in the second wall. So I don't remember what the second wall's name was, but Annie's trying to get out, and of course Eren has to go into Titan mode to stop her. But they start to have a brawl in basically the central park of that area, and all of the people are sad because, you know, their houses are getting destroyed because these two Titans are fighting. And of course Annie's the better of the two, so she takes down Eren and starts trying to climb the wall, but they take her out. And she gets a good ways up, and then she opens up a piece of the wall, and you see that there are Titans living. They're not dead. They're living in the wall. So basically, you know, the walls of all of this entire thing could be made up of Titans. And nobody knows this, that they're living inside walls of Titans. But we're not even going to get to that yet. So Annie falls. She's basically trapped and she has no way out. And you know how, got to stretch because I'm trying my best, but you know how Annie could do that hardening thing. Now, she does her hardening and she locks herself up because she doesn't want to do whatever. And basically, they capture her and everything and, blah, blah, blah. So we skip ahead, and they're basically doing cleanup. You know, they're doing whatever they got to do. And Reiner and that other... because I'm blanking on the names because I just skimmed through the entire... Well, I didn't skim. I read it, but it's just that, as everybody knew already, because, of course, everybody knew already, but Reiner is the Armored Titan, and then that other skinny guy, the lanky guy that's with him, was the Colossus Titan. So they're talking to Eren yo, come with us. We need you, which is the key to our success, to come with us because we need your help. And Eren's like, nah, we ain't trying to do that. And basically, every which way, it's somebody has a trap set, and that the people that they know are the Titans, they've already figured out that they're the Titans. So they're trying to figure out a way to kind of catch them. So then, after a little while, they kind of escape, and they take Eren, and they take, what is her name? Ymir, which turns out to be another Titan that was a Titan for about 60 years, and then she kind of came to after eating one of the transforming Titans, so then she was able to become human. And then she fell in... You can tell she basically fell in love with Christia, who had a secret past of her own. So, going down the chapters, the military is like disbanding because, you know, they don't really need... There's so many infiltrated places in the military, and basically they're like trying to weed out all of the crap, and the higher ups are just like not trying to hear it. They're like, we need to figure out what's going on. Like, we have to go get Eren, and we have to go get Ymir, but 2, we have to figure out what is happening and why there is a Titan in the wall, which means there might be Titans in all of the walls. So they're like, we don't know what's going to go down. So they basically are trying to figure out why their government is just not allowing them to do what they need to do. And because I'm skipping a lot of stuff, there's a lot of story details, but it's because I'm behind, and if you've been reading, you know already. If you haven't, I'm sorry I'm skipping everything, but I'm just trying to catch myself up so when the next episode drops. So before everybody got captured, because I think I skipped ahead of this, Ymir revealed herself to be a Titan, and she was fighting the good fight against the other Titans because they were in like a compromising spot. And then Christia revealed herself to be Historia Rice, which happens to be the last name of a noble name, which were the original holders of the throne. And you're like, so basically she is a noble-born blue blood. Now, of course, Christia, like down and, you know, sad about everything because her childhood was sucky. Her mom, you find out, was like a night lady, a lady of the night. And then also her father was never around, and her mom was just like the coldest person to this poor little child that did not even know who she was, she would read in books. So they figure out all of that stuff about each other and everything, and they're trying to figure out, you know, if there's any more Titans waiting in the wings and all this other stuff. And basically, you know, they're able to get and what happens is they start to do the attack to get Eren and Ymir back, and then Ymir and Reiner and all of them are basically trying to escape. So the only problem was Ymir has her own agenda, and her agenda is she wants to protect her boo, which is Historia, which Reiner also has a crush on, even though I thought at that one scene where they were talking about how they care about their comrades, I thought Reiner was saying like he was gay, and that, you know, it's cool that Ymir's gay for Historia too, and that Reiner's kind of gay for that like short kid with the bald head. I thought that's what was going down, but that wasn't what it was. But it would have been cool, but, you know, that's what it was. But Ymir is trying to get Historia back because she's trying to pull Historia into that while they're doing whatever they're doing. And, you know, Eren is pissed because he just feels like he's been lied to this whole time, and he just cannot believe a word that they're saying, and he's kicking and screaming the whole damn time. So now they basically get surrounded and everything, and they get trapped, and, you know, Reiner has to like give up like some stuff to kind of fight the good fight, and Eren is doing whatever and blah blah. This whole, which you find out is like this, it's almost like having like Conqueror's Haki in like One Piece. It's just like this unlimited ability that stops all the Titans. It's not really like Conqueror's Haki, because Conqueror's Haki take people out. It's more along the lines of like it's just like a Jedi mind trick kind of thing, because he can just make other Titans attack whoever he wants now. But I think it has to be like he has to well it up, which is why I compare to Conqueror's Haki, because it has to be something that's like completely in the mind controlled. So basically, you know, everybody, they get Eren back, they get Historia back, and the Titans escape. Well, don't really escape. They're kind of left to their fate of almost being devoured by the other Titans and everything. And they get back, and they're doing whatever they got to do to kind of figure out how the government is going to help them kind of, seal up, how they're going to seal up the wall to begin with, so that no more Titans get through, and then how they're going to try to retake Maria, which is the first wall. Now, the government is not having any of that shit. They're not having it. Like, and if you know how corrupt governments work, You know, it's all about the money. It's all about keeping themselves in power. And it's all about them making it seem like their peace is the peace that needs to continue, and not the true peace, which is releasing the truth and actually making these people self-sufficient and safe. They'd rather just have them dumb lemmings, and they give up all their taxes to these wealthy people, and the wealthy people remain wealthy, and they're just up there swimming in their gold and not worrying about all of the people that have just died and or given their lives for like these stupid people at the top. Erwin reveals like a little bit about his past, where his dad was a teacher, and when he asked a incredibly like doting question in class, his father couldn't tell him in class, but he told him outside of class, which is basically like the talk of like, you know, school is just made to kind of push upon the masses, the young masses, what the actual masses want them to learn. And there are many things out there that should be learned and need to be learned, but they will not want you to learn those things because it keeps them in power, and they need to keep that. Erwin, of course, being a dumb kid, starts spouting off. I don't even know if that's the full message, but it was something along those lines or something like that. Aaron, being a dumb kid, spouts it off to his friends. Some officials overhear it, and then they kill his father. So he has a vendetta. He comes in, and now also Erwin lost an arm because he was getting a little sluggish, and you know, and we already seen that, you know, Levy's struggling too, because you know his knees or whatever. But you know, Erwin lost an arm, and he's trying to figure out how he's going to get his scouting troop to get out there so that they can retake Mario. In the midst of all of this, they're trying to figure out a way to kind of find out what Historia's past has lying within it, and how they can unlock the power for Eren to crystallize his Titan. And then Eren and Historia get kidnapped again. So it's like, you know, damsel in distress. Eren is like the damsel in distress that really isn't in distress, but he's just for some reason not strong enough to kick his way out. So had to bend down to kind of get a drink, but I cut that already. So so basically they find out that Historia's father was, you know, the one of the line of the king's family. They were royal blood. And what happened was Eren's father came in and kind of destroyed that whole royal family because he didn't believe in what they were doing, and he believed that their power was too great for them to keep passing it down. Of course, the sister that was taking care of Historia was the next, like, King Titan person, and she didn't want to do it, but, you know, the father being so persuasive made her freaking do what she had to do and be all extra about everything. And Eren's father came in and basically, like, you know, ate her and took the power from her. And then you have to think that Eren was the first, like, if you want to say, human-born Titan child. So it wasn't, this power that he has, it wasn't even like it was a new discovered power from him eating the Titan, which is what we originally thought. He was already like this from a baby, and he just never unlocked it, and he kind of blanked it out of his memory when his father was trying to give him the needle of blood that was from the Rice family. So Eren is strapped up. And I'm loving, as soon as I seen this, I automatically said to myself out loud, I was like, yo, he's strapped up like Jesus up there. And right as I'm saying that, I'm reading the chapter, and they're talking about, yeah, you know, this power is the power of God, and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, we have to take out the power from this non-believer and put it back into the bloodline where it's supposed to be, which is you, Historia, my last child, that he didn't even want, by the way. But it's the only child that he has left, so of course he's cutting his losses. So he kind of brainwashes his story a little bit. And also we find a new guy, which is Kenny Ackerman, the Ripper. And what we find out is that the Ackerman family, Mikasa, the Beast, the Ackerman family was actually like the right hand of the Rice family. Like they were the protectors, almost like the Knights Guard of the Rice family. And when the Rice, I guess, lost or gave up their power, they basically like slandered the Ackermans in the news and had them like disperse and killed them off and blah, blah, blah. Which I would think, like, how are you killing these people off? Because these Ackerman, this bloodline is so beast that it's like, yo, how are you even able to kill these people? They are incredible. So then you go down the line and he's like in there too, and he's talking about his past and everything because I guess he's trying to let Historia know, like, this person that you're calling your father and that's basically trying to brainwash you right now, he is a dick. He's a cold-blooded ass, and he is not here to love you. He is here to get his own agenda out so that he can reign over this country again and keep people in the dark. Please do not follow him. And he's like telling him his whole past. So we come to find out that, you know, Kenny, talking to his grandfather on the deathbed, Kenny has a sister, and the sister is basically like in hoe slavement, or like in a geisha or something, where she's in like a place where she can't get out. I'm resting my arms now. They're still up, but you know, my shoulders are burning right now. Can't believe I lasted this long. So he's basically in. Oh, can't give up on the challenge. Can't give up on the challenge. Toriko hype. It's gonna be in between my hands. That's how hype it is. Anyway, so he's talking about how his sister on her deathbed basically had some child. And guess who that child was? Ya boy, Levi. Levi's an Ackerman. And that's why he was so boss from day one. That's why he was the most boss person you ever seen, for him to even be young. And the thing is too, Levi is kind of old, but he's not that old. Like, he's kind of old, but he's not really that old. And it's like, to think that Levi is an Ackerman, and you've seen how Mikasa act, and she's only half. Prince, what are you doing? And to see that Mikasa is a beast already, and she's only half Ackerman. So imagine a full Ackerman in Levi, basically. So they're in this cave, and basically Kenny's group is like the gunslinger 3D gear people. And the only problem with their stuff is that their 3D gear is through the gun. So they have to shoot the gun and swing, and then they got to shoot wherever the direction is. So they have to use their 3D gear where they aim. Where the swordsman 3D gear, on your hips, you know, you got to throw them hips, and then you can slice into whatever you want to do. Which I think is the better of the two. But then again, you can shoot people from a distance, so basically, it's to the point where they're at, like, the wit's end. And Kenny's, like, saying, eat the kid! Or don't eat the kid. Who cares? And like Historia's like on the line because she's now hearing that her whole family was decimated because of Aaron's father and blah 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 blah. All this other stuff. And like she makes a choice to like not go through with it. So of course, like every villain does when they're at their last wit's end, they take on the shit that they should have been taken on already. But they wanted to use somebody else as their puppet master to kind of do it for them so they don't have to go through the struggles. But he takes it upon himself to drink that fluid and turns into this massive, like, fiery hot armored, like, titan that can't even walk because his arms and legs are, like, skinny. But its torso and his face is, like, bigger than the Colossus Titan. We talking gigantic. They basically have to chase this thing down, and while the only problem is the roof is collapsing because this giant thing crawled out. And they have to get out of there in time. And Aaron has to make a decision. And Aaron, for some reason, in like times of great stress, he keeps like hesitating. And he's like, I don't know if I can, I don't know if He's like hesitating for some reason. But he manages to bite off this canister or whatever that was. And basically, you know, unlock his new power. The new power being this crystallizing, hardening thing that he can do now with his Titan. But of course it eats up a lot of energy. So they go, after they like basically go in and Aaron does like a blitz to take out this flaming hot Titan, and they go through that whole spiel. They get it down and they figure out a new way to take out Titans at the wall via Aaron's crystallization thing. And they got this new like guillotine hammer thing to crush Titans and stuff. So now they're going back because now they have to go take Maria, and then they're going to be going to the basement. So they're going to figure out like some past stuff about, you know, Aaron's father, the basement, everything like that. And the one person that for some reason they recognize, because I think either they had like a picture or something that they said that made them recognize the old trainer. I'm resting my hands again. The old trainer that basically like tweaked Aaron's 3D gear to kind of get him to see if he has the guts to continue this lifestyle as a scoutsman, he was there since the beginning when Aaron's father first showed up. And it's basically the story of the person who has a magnanimous ideals of themselves and the person who is just magnanimous. And it's like, of course, the magnanimous one gets all of the things that the one that idealizes himself doesn't have. And then he wallows in his own, like, crushing realization that he's not as special as he thought he was. He loses his girlfriend. You know, he lost a lot of people in the field, and you know, he just can't take the fact that he just feels inadequate. And of course, the scientist lady, because I don't remember her name. It's a lot of names. I'm just reading it. She used to look up to him as like a great hero, even when they were in training camp. And now she sees like how basically she's like, yo, you're a bitch. Like, I can't fucks with you anymore. Like, and basically they're all like, yo, calm down. Like, he's already like bearing his heart, where he just said that basically he tested Aaron's like mettle because he loved his mother, Severus Snape much, but he loves his mother so much, you know, that he wanted to make sure that this kid shines bright, especially the fact that his father was such a great guy. So they get ready to go on their mission, and they're about to leave, and Erwin is like, yo, I need to come with you. And Levi's like, yo, I'm going to cut your legs off. You're not coming with us. You need to stay here. You don't have any other arms. You're too slow. Sit down. And Erwin is like, I can't, man. You could chop me down. I will teeth my way up the wall and onto that horse so that I can see change as it happens. I can't be behind. And of course, you know, Levi, contradictory talking, he says like, oh, you're such an ass. But he's just like, in his mind, you're thinking like, man, you hit me right in the feels. But but yeah, so they go out, because this is like I said, it's all Spark Notes. They go out and like they're about to leave, and for some reason, like the scouts used to never really get any like turnout because they would always come back with people dead. So it's like nobody wants to see them because they go out there, they fight the war so that nobody dies, but nobody gives them any gratitude. So like for the first time in a long time, they actually have some people rooting for them. And like Erwin is like, and like some of the younger troops that are going out like, yeah, root us on. And like Aaron was like, it's great to see that people are actually coming out to support us. And he's like, to war! And he's like, and then like Levi like looks to the left like, yo, are you a child? Like, what is wrong with you? And he's like, fall out! it's just he's so excited. I was like, oh, Erwin, he's a cool guy. So basically, where the last chapter ended, they got to the wall and everything, and you saw Reiner and the Colossus Titan, because I don't remember his name. You saw them basically camping out there, and then you saw like when the crew got there, they were gone. So they're wondering, as they're thinking they're going to close up Maria, they're wondering why nobody is there. I'll put my arm down. They're wondering why nobody's there, but basically, as you know from the beginning, in any movie or TV show or anything, especially when it's outside, if the crickets ain't chirping, shit is going down. So it's like, you know, it's like one of those moments like it's quiet. Too quiet. And then like the trap comes in or some shit like that, and then it ends. And I'm like, oh, Shingeki, what are you no Kyojin doing to me? What are you Kyo doing to me, man? Shingeki. So that's my catch-up review. I hope you like it. So comment down here, subscribe over here, and don't let the fact that we know that a trap is about to happen that might change the whole war itself, and that weird monkey titan is like trolling around everywhere. Get you down, because the dawn always Jaeger rises on a new day. That thing would be to subscribe. After credit stuff, Toriko, last week's, not the one I'm dropping today. Or actually, I'll link both of them in the description, but I'm just going to leave last week's up here. Toriko, Boku no, Wisdom Wednesdays, Ansatsu, because I'm going to read that soon too. The last week's one I'm going to put up here, but I'm going to read the new one soon, and then I'll put a video up probably tomorrow. And Nanatsu no Taizai. And I don't think I did anything on Shingeki, but yeah. I hope you liked the video. My shoulders hurt. And catch you later. Whew, I'll put my arms down.